Welcome to Cabal Vision. I am Wilhelm Wolfsbane, and this is Blood Bowl Sevens. That's right, you're watching the Brew Bowl, the latest Sevens tournament to hit the old world, proudly sponsored by Bugman's Ultralight Beer. This is game one of the new season, and today the Black Iron Slavers will be facing off against the Slow Thicket Raiders. I'm joined for today's pre-game show by Rents Barrow-Wider, representing the Black Iron Slavers. Rents, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I am here to promote our team's associated businesses, and it's a pleasure to be here on something like Cabal Vision, but worse.
It's not common to see Chaos Dwarves so far from Zana Grund, and even less common to see a Chaos Dwarf Blood Bowl team run by a human. Can you tell us a bit about yourself and your team of players?
Obviously, all of my players are filled with malice, contempt, and a will to dominate all life given to us by our minor chaos god, the bull god of strength. We are far afield here, but this is it's pretty normal for Chaos Dwarves to go very far afield in order to capture lesser races so that we can put them in chains and then either use them or sell them to other races, which is why we're so pleased that Blood Bowl will allow us to go to different arenas around the old world and essentially sell all of our wares ambassadorially. I mean, no one has ever put this into practice before. I'm not saying I'm a genius. Everyone else is. Everyone else on the team is. We are here to make money, and the game is secondary.
Some fans of the game may note, though, that for a Chaos Dwarf team, the Black Iron Slavers has a surprising lack of Chaos Dwarves. Do you have plans to expand your roster, or is Hobgoblin Indentured Servitude really what you're all about?
All Hobgoblins volunteered to die for the cause here. Some of them were voluntold. But we do intend to bring... Currently, our Chaos Dwarf contingent is in the field, currently capturing some halflings. We understand that that's not a race people normally go for when they're looking for slaves, but some people are looking for some more domestic work. So, it's the old world. It's a tough time. It's a hard time out here. Sometimes you don't want to make your own meals. Why not buy a halfling maid or a halfling butler? Get them in the kitchen, get them working. You don't have to listen to their yapping, because if they talk back to you, you can just slap them around. It's really the best of all worlds here. Once we've pulled in more money, I'm hoping that we'll be able to pull back some of our Chaos Dwarf blockers, bring them back on the team proper. But for now, we feel that a shoestring budget is going to allow us the best possible flexibility in both fields.
All right, and you touched on it there today. You are facing the Slow Thicket Raiders, which are a halfling team. I'd like to know, how insulted are you that your first game is against halflings?
My greater concern is that the next three matches will be against coaches that I know personally. All three of them are probably going to demolish us. My hope here is to do a strong showing today to kill as many of the halfling players before the first half is done and secure a very easy second half that's nothing but scoring.
I mean, would you be disappointed if you hadn't killed the whole team by the end of the first half?
I don't think killing the whole team is on the table here. If we had our blockers, sure. But the league put a limit on how many copper pieces we were allowed to spend without being able to call upon the full treasury of the great bull god of chaos, god of strength. I also want to take a moment to say Nuffle is out here. I am a dual follower of two gods. I just want to praise Nuffle real quick and just say, hey, he's stronger than everybody. We all know it. It's time to accept it.
That's why we're all here today. And you have raised an interesting point around the salary caps there, which I want to come back to, because that relates to not just this season, but the game as a whole. But before we do that, I'd like to talk a little bit about your two, Tower and Nitro, your two Bull Centaur blitzers. In any other league, they would give you a definite strength advantage. But here in the Brew Bowl, we've got plenty of teams who use strength as an edge. We've got Ogres, Blackhawks, Norse. I mean, even these Halflings have a pair of treatment on their team. What can you tell us about your strategy this season to capitalize on these two very expensive players?
Tower and Nitro have come with the understanding that their job is to kill anything human-sized or smaller, and against anything larger, their job is to get the ball and carry it to the end zone. Do we think we can overpower everyone on the field? No. Are we faster than most of the people that we can't overpower? Yes. Are they excellent at what they do? Assuredly. I would say Tower and Nitro are some of the strongest players on the field, both today and across the league.
And do you have a plan for dealing with the treemen today, or are you just going to avoid them?
They are very slow, is my understanding.
That is true.
We are very fast. And I say this as someone who has observed Chaos Dwarves. They are quite slow. The treemen are basically rooted in place. They are concerned, but my hope is that we just walk around them.
I mean, if they fall over, it's pretty hard to get up again too, so...
I've never seen it myself.
All right. So let's actually take a step back as well and talk about something you mentioned before. The biggest news in this past week in Blood Bowl in general is the fact that the Swift brothers have recently rejoined the Elfheim Eagles, with Valen Swift accepting a cool $500,000 gold for the season. This will make him the highest paid full-time player in the history of the game. Now, some people are saying that rich teams and ridiculously high play wages are ruining the sport for others. Given you've already maligned the salary cap here in Blood Bowl 7, I'd like to get your thoughts on the matter.
When I was a young man back in my Riverside home, I heard about Blood Bowl teams that were the best, including a local team called the Yankees, and they paid their players the most and had the most money and won all of their games. Once the idea of salary caps was floated, they suddenly started losing. So I have always been solidly against the idea of salary caps. If you have the money generated through ill-gotten gains, you should be able to use it as a sort of money laundering operation in order to get the best players, secure the advertising rights for them, and then just wash the money cleanly, get all the blood out of it. Salary caps are really ruining the league. I think we all know it's not mentioned anywhere in the Book of Nuffle. These are rules that administrators have put in. Nuffle has to be praised. This is not of him. Or her. Or it.
Do you think...
It's not super clear what Nuffle is.
Do you think that players are becoming greedy? Or is it their right to go after the money that they can get?
You are saying greed, and you're implying that it's bad. But I'm here to represent the Chaos Dwarves of the Wastelands. Greed is good. Greed is good. You know it. I know it. We all know it. If you could get paid more money for doing what you do, wouldn't you?
Well,
why accept
certainly.
less than what you're worth?
Good points. All good points. Thank you very much. So I guess, finally, is there anything else that you'd like our viewers to know about you or your team, and what we can expect from the Black Iron Slavers this season?
I think what you're going to see is a lot of wins, a lot of losses, a lot of players injured on the other team and on this team. You're going to see a ball that's going to be run. If you're talking about the Black Iron Slavers as a business, then let me say this. When you don't have to pay for labor, you're saving yourself a lot of money. Consider that if you don't buy our slaves, your competition might. And with that sort of financial leg up on you, you could be left behind in the dust. It'd be better for you to get ahead on them. When we're in your town, you should consider picking up a slave or two. The Black Iron Slavers are here to do dirty deeds dirt cheap.
Great. Thanks, Reins. Look, it's time to get down to the pitch for all the dash, bash, and crash of Game 1 of the Brew Bowl. So I'll see you down there. Oh. Hey, okay. So, let's get into the system part for a moment of the game, because we have some Powered by the Apocalypse stats that I need you to roll on first. So it's going to be 4 rolls. First one's going to be corporate. You can use the 2d6 dice roller here to roll corporate. It's going to be at -1 to see how your financial management of this game goes.
Where is this roll? In the upper right?
Yep, to the red 2d6.
I hit it, but I don't see any dice appearing. Oh, here we go. I see them now.
Oh.
Bomb that corporate. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So that's going to cost you 10,000 from your total game winnings this game. All right. Let's roll for management, which is a +0 for you.
It's okay. I'm a great manager.
9. Okay. So that is normal. So you can hire one new player as required in step 4 of the final of the post game phase. Promotion. +1 for you on this one. 5, 6. Ooh, so you are going to take 1 off your dedicated fans roll in the post game sequence, which either means you have a less chance of going up if you win, or more chance. Well, I think you can go to 0, so it's probably not going to be that bigger impact to you. But yeah, you want to roll high in the future, and then finally on training. 6. Okay, you have to choose one of your players that will take the loner 4+ trait for this game. That means that
Viper.
Viper. Okay.
Number 5.
So I'm just going to put in. Where's my cursor gone? Here it is.
So you do this by like right-clicking on them, then going to skills and adding loner.
You type it into the so if you right click on him now and say refresh base info, hopefully the loner icon should appear above him. There we go. So that means if you
don't see the there it is. It appeared.
Yeah. So that will mean that if you spend a reroll on Viper, you've got to roll a dice. On a 4+, he gets to reroll. On a 1 to 3, you lose the reroll and he doesn't get to reroll the dice. So he just hasn't spent enough time training with the team. He's not quite used to the strategies of the team. That's why he's got longer for this game.
I don't know if this would surprise you. The Chaos Dwarves are naturally antisocial.
Yep.
By that I mean anti-all society.
That's it. All right, so we need to determine how many Fairweather fans we each get. So roll a d3. 2, so you get 2 additional fans. I'll put them on your benches. And
Appreciate them coming out.
the halflings bring in 1 additional fan. So you have a higher fan factor for today's game, which will mean that the base pot for today's game is 50,000 plus touchdown scored. All right, now we need to roll for the weather. So each of us roll. So you roll just 1d6.
We have rain dance.
So what? Sorry.
We have rain dance, so we can move the result.
Yeah, but we've got to roll the result first, and you can shift it one up or down on the table, basically.
I just want to describe that.
Oh yes.
The 5 hobgoblins surround the 2 bull centaurs, who are worshipping at a golden bull statue dedicated to. I think this guy's name is Hastel. It's not Hashter, right? That would be.
That'd be a bit of a Cthulhu mix in. I'd have to look it up. I don't know that well, despite having played Chaos Dwarves like in the late 90s.
All right, Hashut, the father of darkness, god of fire. So they have a golden bull that has like a brazier as a crown. Yeah, and then they all begin doing like a kumbaya, like religious ceremony that seems oddly peaceful, given that they are chanting for darkness to consume the land and the halfling passing game to be demolished by bad weather.
I thought it might be like, have you seen the haka that the New Zealand players do when they play games?
Yeah. I've actually seen the Aboriginal stuff live at the Dream Bowl when I was in Australia. for like rugby. I got
Okay,
a
so
6.
you got a 6, so
That's good.
then I roll 1 as well. So I got a 2, so the total is 8. So that would be normally perfect conditions, but because of your rain dance, you can shift it to very sunny, which is a -1 modifier each time a player tests against their passing ability, or pouring rain, which is a -1 modifier each time a player makes an agility test to pick up or catch the ball, or attempt to interfere with a pass.
So does very sunny make passing more difficult?
Makes it more difficult because the sun's in your eye when you're trying to catch, basically.
Perfect. That's what we're doing. It's very sunny today.
Okay.
All praise to the God of Fire, Hashut, who has brought us not rain but fire.
Nice. Okay. So next step is going to be taking on Journeyman. We don't need to take on Journeyman. Now, inducements. So the Halfling team only has a team value of 500, as opposed to your 600. So they get 100k in inducements, and they are going to take a Halfling chef. So basically, there's a Halfling with a giant stew pot beside the field, and he is stirring up a stew. And I roll 3d6 for each 4+. I gain a reroll, and you lose a reroll for the game. Sorry, for this half. Sorry.
Yeah, for Gridiron Ramsey, we should have killed him before he got into the game.
All right, so that is 1. That's a fail, and that's a pass. So I get 2 rerolls, and you lose your 1 reroll for this half.
Unbelievable. So I need to move this reroll token down to 0, huh?
Yeah, that's it. Or just delete it, because there's a whole bag of reroll tokens next to your dugout.
That's fine. I'll just leave it where it is.
Okay, there are no prayers to Nuffle because we are an even team now. So now we flip a coin to determine who will be kicking off. Would you like to call heads or tails?
I think in praise, not just to Hashut, but actually praising directly to Nuffle, I'm going to call tails. For sure. It's coming up tails.
It comes up heads. So the halflings will kick in the first half. So as a kicking team, I set up first. So I'm gonna... Okay, now I can only have 7 players on the field, so I've got to put some of my halflings onto the bench. Alright, so my kicking team is set up. So now you set up your receiving team. So you must put... my team's not set up. I've done it illegally. That's better. Okay, so you must put at least 3 players in these squares on the line, but between the 2 side zones. And you cannot put more than 1 player in either side zone. Okay, now I decide where to try to kick the ball. I can select any space which is in your half or in the middle zone before it deviates. So I'm going to try dropping the ball right here on that spot there. I roll to deviate first. Okay, so it's going to go 4 to 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to land there. Before it lands, though, we roll on the kickoff table, which is 2d6 by the kicking team. That is a total of 9. Okay. It is a quick snap, which means that 1d3 of your players, it might be 1d3 plus a number actually. Roll a d3 next. I know it definitely starts with a d3.
3.
3, okay. So it's at least 3. Might be a bit more. I'm looking in the wrong book.
Today's match is brought to you by Bloodweiser. Bloodweiser beer.
It's not
That's
that.
right. When I, Ron Previs, sit down at the end of Rents Barrel Rider, sit down at the end of a hard day of coaching and slaving, I pull myself up a nice warm glass of Bloodweiser.
All right. Yeah, so 6 of your players can move 1 square for free before the ball lands. So if that hobgoblin moves under the ball, he can attempt to catch it before it hits the ground.
This is 4. Okay. I will definitely
You put him down, I'll put it on top. Okay.
What do I need to make that roll?
Okay, so he has a agility skill of 3+. It's -1 for trying to catch a ball which has not been passed, so you need to roll a 4+ on a d6.
Doesn't sound very likely.
No. Okay, so it will deviate. Roll the d8 to see which way it deviates. 5, so he fails to catch it, and instead it bounces to there. So is that all your players move, by the way? That the 6 you got?
I still have one more player.
Oh, yeah. Technically, we should have done that after the player move, but that's fine.
That's okay. That's pretty standard move here.
Okay, great. So move your turn token onto turn 1.
This is
Yep.
This one is the turn token.
That's it. All right, and you're up.
So MA is movement, correct?
That's correct. Yes. So maybe you only get 1 blitz too, by the way. So
I'm not declaring any blitzes
Okay.
this time. 1, 2, 3.
attempt to pick up the ball.
Yes.
So he has an agility of 4+, so it's a 4+ to pick it up. Okay, he's got the ball, so I will reset the ball, and we'll just switch him to carrying the ball.
Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I will end my turn.
Okay, alright. Over to me then. Alright, I'll take a couple of free blocks first off. So, this Treeman is going to attempt to block Blaze. So, strength 6 versus strength 3 is 2 dice. So, I will take player down, and I will knock Blaze into this square. I need to roll to see whether I get rooted too. I don't, so I will follow up then into this square. Alright, the other Treeman will block the guy in front of him. Roll for take root. He is not rooted. And he will knock a player down, so I'll knock him back to there. And I will follow up. So I need to roll armor checks too on those 2 guys. So the first guy, 7 does not break his armor. They're an 8+. Second guy, I have got Mighty Blow, but Mighty Blow... So Mighty Blow would actually make that last one go through, but without any modifier to the injury table. So the injury on Blaze is he is stunned. And then the armor roll onto Storm. Oh, that's definitely through his armor. So I get to apply my Mighty Blow to the injury, which is 11. He is out for the game. So I'm just going to move him into your badly hurt box.
James, why are you doing this to me?
It's the dice doing it to you, mate.
I only have 7 players.
Alright, so I'm going to move poor Coddy Hill. He's got a move of 5, I believe. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. I am going to attempt to dodge Rook Grub to here. He will need a 3+. Is agility 3+ or 2+? Agility 3+. Okay, that works. 1, 2, 3. And then number 1, Otto Doddington is going to attempt to blitz, and he's blitzing Gemini. So strength 2, 3, 4. He rolls 2 dice.
Wait, does he need to blitz?
If he wants to move after, yeah.
Yes.
So I'll knock him to there. He will follow up. Roll the armor. Doesn't break armor. So that's 1, 2. He will stop there. And at the other side, say Halford is going to dodge out to there on a 3+. He fails. He's got a dodge reroll. He's fine. And I'm going to end my turn there.
Okay. I'm moving my turn marker to turn 2.
Yep.
My stunned player becomes unstunned but still injured.
At the end of your turn, it's the last thing you do. Even if you're forced to turn over the thing, the last thing you do is you flip all stun players to down.
But my non-stunned down player gets up right now.
He as part of his activation. So if you activate him, he stands up. It costs 3 movement to stand up, and then he can continue doing stuff.
I activate. Yeah, I'm gonna have him blitz auto.
Okay, so stand him up. That's 3 movement. You'll have now you've got actually his strength 3, 4 because he's got the assist of the of Nitro, but that's not double, so it's just 2 dice, not 3. Sorry, two blocking dice. Sorry, the where's the block dice?
Is it this one?
Yep, that's right. Okay, so it's either both down or stumble. So because Otto has dodge, stumble will just push him back. So you can either you both go down, which will end your turn, or push him back a square.
I will push him back
to there. Okay. Do you want to follow up?
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Talk to me about this really obvious trapdoor.
Yeah, so certain, it's not in play right now, certain Prayers to Nuffle can put the trapdoor in play, which allows players to do things like jump between them or fall over them, but for now, just treat it as any other space.
Okay, I'm going to move.
Yep.
I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You can move diagonally, so you could actually have one more, because you sort of moved an L shape there, you didn't need to.
I did. Oh, you're right. I did.
Yep.
Then I'll get to here.
Yep.
And I will have Viper go on auto as well.
Okay, so you are strength 3, minus 1 for the treatment, but +1 for also +1 for Gemini. So you're still doing 2 dice, taking the best.
He's a loner, but hopefully I don't have to bother with that.
Well, you have rerolls anyway, so all right, push is your best result.
You're right. You did steal my reroll with your cooking.
So you could push him to here or here.
No, I'm pushing him here.
You're gonna
I want Bob Bifford to be talking about how the halfling sandwich is about to go into the crowd. He's about to go into the public. This not the biggest fan of this. I mean, the tree man is loose. The other tree man can probably just walk up to me as well, but I'm gonna try to run the ball, which is what we're gonna do.
Okay.
I end my turn.
All right, I'll put Blaze back to just being down now. All right, my turn too. I may as well start with a blitz from my treeman. He needs to roll for take root first. He succeeds. He'll move 1. And he has 2 dice on Nitro. Okay, so I can knock you down. So I'm going to push you to here. So I roll armor first before we do what happens with the ball. Okay, that's 9, 10 if I had Mighty Blow. Your armor is 10 plus, so that is it's through but with no Mighty Blow to the injury roll. Doesn't matter, he's out, I'm sorry. He's out for the game. And the ball will go 5, so it lands on the Treeman. Yep, yeah. He will attempt to catch it on a 6 plus. Which Treeman's got the not stunned. He's got the ball. Okay, but he's finished. He's moved. He's full 2. Debating whether
like my first 3 games of the Chaos Wars.
All right,
this was my blitzers immediately.
He's going to go for it on anything but a 1, and he's going to go for it again, getting anything but a 1. Okay, he's fine. All right. Now, the other Treeman will block your loner. I've got 1 assist, which makes me strength 7 versus your 3, so I roll 3 dice and take the best. Okay, so that will be, I will knock you to there. I will follow up. Roll for injury. That's definitely an injury, which with Mighty Blow will be, he's not stunty, so he is KO'd. So he goes to the KO box, which means he can potentially wake up again. Sorry, I'm in the wrong box. That's KO there. Sorry, my guys are in the KO box. They should be in the reserve box. Alright, then this guy will move up 1. Otto will block Gemini. Knocking him down. And I will follow up. Try to get through his armor. Not a chance. Alright, Rook is going to 3 plus dodge to there. And succeed, and then move to there. And then there. And I'm going to turn over.
This guy wakes up now, right? I did not set him as unstunned.
I did. So, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
Let's activate him.
Yep.
That's all he does, right? Because I'm not blitzing with him.
That's it, yep.
I'm going to activate Gemini, who will probably be going into the public very shortly, and I'm going to make a move on Psy Hailfoot, which you've generously given me so that I don't get completely shut out this game. What an amazing move. Truly, this guy has literally knocked every single one of my players out, so okay.
So there or there.
I'm going to push him back here.
Okay.
Incredible. I'm going to declare a blitz on Rook Grub.
Yep. So strength 4 versus strength 2 is 2 dice. Okay, so he has dodge. So
stumble is worthless.
Yeah, and you don't have block, so you can push him there or there.
We'll push him here and then follow in to try to keep the tree guy with the ball from getting too far from me. Otherwise, you're just gonna do the running game I once dreamed of. That's all the players I have left.
Okay. Over to me then. Alright, start off. I'm going to declare a... Well, actually, I'm going to try and move this Treeman. So roll for take root. He does take root. I'm going to spend one of my re-rolls to try and re-roll that. Treeman don't...
That must be real tasty.
They don't have loan, unfortunately. Okay, so he's good. So he's going to move 1, 2. I should have declared a blitz with him. That's all right. All right, then Otto is going to 2+ dodge to here. Sorry, 3+ dodge there. Sorry. Then move to there, and then Paul is blitzing. Sorry, move to there and then there, and then Paul is blitzing Gemini with 2 dice, and that pushes him off. So when a player goes off, you roll an injury roll, but stun just goes to reserves. So he is KO'd, which is.
You know, I'm the one that's supposed to be knocking all the hat.
I know. Sorry, I know.
I'm getting fucking demolished.
Okay, the other treatment is going to activate. He's going to. Actually, no. That's what I was going to do. I was going to.
I need the folks at home to recognize this is the first game of Blood Bowl I've ever played.
Yeah.
That wasn't against the computer game, and this is James. It's like 5,000. So.
I'm getting really good rolls too. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. All right. So the other treatment is just going to block the.
Don't apologize for good tactics. I should have gone against the treeman rather than. I didn't realize you were just going to dodge these little shitty.
Need a roll for. Okay. Yeah. So he is down. Do I break his armor? I do not. And that is my. Actually, I'm going to move my halfling to there. All right. That's my turn.
I'm going to send Malibu against well, first I'm going to stand... Shit. Alright. First I'm going to move Blaze here. Then I'm going to activate and Blitz with Tower.
Yep. That'll still be that'll still be 2 dice down though, because the stream is strength 6.
So I only get 1 die?
You roll 2 dice and I pick the result.
Oh, okay. Well, great. Awesome.
Well, I'll take the push either way. So so you can push him to there or to there.
I'm going to push him here and I'll follow.
Okay.
And now I'm going to go against Sai.
Okay.
Still 2 this time?
Yep. Okay, so he will get pushed back to here or here.
I'm just going to keep pushing him into the middle for no apparent reason. It's just funny to me. Probably be better to keep him towards the sides, but I don't want to be near the sides anyway. You've already put me out.
My go?
I mean, I literally have nothing else to activate. Please take your turn.
Alright. So first off, the treatment is going to attempt a handoff to Rook. So he will normally catch it on a 3+, because he's smart, he catches it on a 4+. It's not a pass action, so the sun doesn't count. Okay, that fails. I will spend my second reroll. Okay, he does catch it. Oops. And then he is going to attempt to dodge 3+. He does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the other treeman is going to attempt to move. He's fine. He just moves 1, 2. And then it's time to send in the sacrificial halflings. And 2, 3, 4. And that's my turn.
Yeah, I guess all I have the opportunity to do is to throw a temper tantrum. So Tower will go against Paul Cottyhill.
Yep. So you'll be 2 dice, because you're strength 4 against strength 3, because he's got 1 assist.
Jesus. Wow.
Or you can push him, or you can both go down.
Yeah. Give me a second. I honestly think, you know what? Let's just both go down, James. I'll take that risk.
All right. So I'll roll armor on you first.
Mm-hmm.
which I don't get. You roll armor on me.
Okay, so this is 2 dice.
Yeah, it's a D6. Yep. Okay, that does, it goes through. So roll the injury, and yep, this is just click where it says injury.
Oh, I hit BB7 injury dice.
That's fine. Yep. Okay, so he is KO'd. And that's your turnover because your player went down. All right.
Go ahead, take your score.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's only going to 5 move. I'm not going to. He's going to run it. All right. I'm going to declare. So I'm going to try and move one of my treemen, which he does. He moves to there. I'm going to declare a foul with Sly Hailfoot. So he dodges to there on a 3+.
So you're blitzing and fouling?
Well, not a blitz because you can't. I'm trying to foul. The bull center is already down. So I make an armor roll, but I get to add 2 for the assists.
So wait, you can take an action after moving without blitzing?
Yeah, so, a foul action is an action itself. So you couldn't blitz and foul,
Okay.
but I'm not blitzing. Yeah. So even with +2, that's not enough to break his armor. And I didn't roll a double, so he's not seen by the ref. So that's my turn done.
Unbelievable. Even in this beautiful sunlight. Let's see. Move Malibu here. Then I will blitz with tower on Psy. Oh, after... Yeah, let's just do it that way.
Yeah, so you blitzing because you want to move afterwards?
Because I have to stand up and then attack, right?
Oh, sorry, yes, yeah, I was afraid it was down.
Yeah, that's why.
So your strength 4 versus strength 4 5 versus he's still 2 dice. That's fine. He goes down.
Okay, I finally got your injury. Okay.
Yeah, they're all there. Where do you want to move them to?
Push him here.
Okay, you're following up.
Yeah, I'd love to get a free move away from these guys. Not
All right.
that it'll matter, but
That definitely breaks his armor. So roll injury. Okay, for a stunty, that's a KO. So normally that would just be a stun, but for halflings, it's a KO.
not exactly cleaning the field of your players here, but at least the second half may have fewer problems.
Yeah. That's it for you?
Yeah.
Alright, turn 6, I will move in.
Perfect round for you to kick and then score.
And while taking out 2 of your players, including a Bull Centaur, yeah, that is, like, I don't think I've had that good luck with halflings ever. Alright, so going into half-time, it is the Slow Thicket Raiders up 1-0 over the Black Iron Slavers. Alright, so we need to see now, with your players in the KO box. So start with Gemini, roll a d6. On a 4+, he wakes up. Nope. And then roll a d6 for Viper. No. Alright, I will roll a d6 for Cy Hailfoot, who does not wake up. And I'll roll a d6 for Paul Cottyhill, who does not wake up. And then I'm ready to roll my 3d6 for this half for the Halfling Cook. So I gain 1. No. And no. So I've got 1 reroll and you still lose your 1 reroll for this half.
I paid such an incredible amount to get that reroll. It was pivotal to my team and stole it instantly.
Alright, so you're kicking off, so you need to set up your 3 players. They all have to be on the line of scrimmage, basically, so set them up where you would like them to be.
Hold on.
No.
I need to get wider so I can stop you from doing this. Alright, I'm clear now.
Okay. And another catcher here, or they're all the... Okay, they're all the regular halflings. Okay, so put the ball where you would like it to land, keeping in mind it will deviate up to 6 squares from that space. So the ball's over here by the rolling table.
This one?
Yep.
Okay, I'll put it to land there.
Okay, so click the deviate button to work out where it goes.
Which one? This is
The green dice that's got the D8 and the D6.
Here we go.
So it goes 2 to 1. So it lands there. And then roll 2d6 for the kickoff. Okay, 6 is cheering fans. So we each roll a d6 and add our fan factor. Okay, so you get a total of 7. I get a total of 3. So you won that roll. So I think that will give you a re-roll for this drive. Cheering fans.
Several.
Oh no! So that gives you a roll on the prayers to Nuffle table.
Okay.
So roll 2d6 again. Oh, actually, I'll jump it. It might actually be because it's a different table for 7s. I'm just grabbing it here. Okay, so it's a d8 for the prayers to Nuffle table.
Are you sure? It looks like there's 16.
It's a different table for 7s.
Okay, all right. A D8, you say?
Yeah. 5. Knuckle Dusters. Choose one player on your team that is available during this drive that does not have Loner. Until the end of that drive, the player gains Mighty Blow.
Which is going to let me do what?
It adds +1 to all armor rolls, armor penetration rolls.
Sure, it's going to be Tower.
Okay. So I'll just put him on there. So if you right-click and go Update Base Info, Mighty Blow should now appear on his skills. There we go. All right, and then the ball hits the ground. Roll the d8 to see which way it bounces. 6, so it bounces to there. All right, and it's my turn. All right, I'm going to declare a handoff with Taffin Fenderberry. So he's going to attempt to move and pick up the ball first. He picks it up on a 3+, which he does. Oops. So, and then he is going to try and hand it off to Otto Donington, who will catch it on a 3+, which he does not. I will spend my reroll to try and reroll that. He does catch it. And then I'm going to declare a throw teammate with Needleleaf Wildwood. He's going to attempt to throw Otto. I need to bring out his pass chart. He is going to try and land Otto here. So, first I need to see how accurate he is. So he's -1 to passing because of the bright light, +1 because of strong arm. So, and it's a short pass, so he'll be needing a 6+. Okay, that is a wildly inaccurate pass. So it actually deviates from him specifically. So he actually goes 5 squares to 8. So means that he goes 1, 2, 3, 4. He throws him into the crowd. He goes off right there.
That's right. A halfling is the sandwich now.
Alright, so could you roll an injury for me, please?
Sure. I appreciate you attempting this maneuver to make me feel better. He's stunned.
Okay, so it's going to be goes off from my. Okay, so he goes into the reserves box, and the ball will get thrown in. So it's going to be back my direction. And it's going to go a total of 7 squares. So it starts there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands there. But that ends my turn.
What a crazy turn.
All right, over to you.
I start and then end my turn.
Okay, all right. Let the Matin come to Muhammad. All right, that tactic didn't work, so I'm going to try and move one of my treemen. He moves 2. I'm going to try and move the other treeman. He moves 2. Theo Greenside will move to attempt to pick up the ball on a 3+. And he fumbles it. So the ball instead goes to 3, goes behind him. And that's my turnover.
I start and end my turn.
Okay.
I just simply, I realize I can't win if I don't go on the offense, but I literally cannot blitz my way through you.
Okay.
I have to wait for you to trickle.
First treatment attempts to activate. He does. He moves forward 2. Second one attempts to activate. Yep, moves forward 2. Okay, now I'll move up to there. Move up to there. I will activate Theo for a handoff. He will attempt to pick up the ball. 3+. He does. He's got it. And then he will move to 3 to there. Handoff to Cedric on a 3+, who fumbles it. All right, and the ball goes to 8, so it lands right there. Butterfingered halflings. Back over to you.
And then I'm going to declare Blitz with power. Moving here, blitzing on Shadow Bard.
All right. Could I make a suggestion though?
Yeah.
If you'd actually brought the other half goblin across, you could bring it down to a single dice on the train rather than 2 dice. I picked the worst.
So wait, when I'm attacking right now, I'm rolling 2 dice. And
Yeah, because your strength 4 plus 1 for assistance is 5. Treeman have strength 6.
Okay,
Yep.
sure. I feel like I'm leaving a super weak line, but I didn't realize I get the 2 red dice. So
Yep.
I will do that. A single die with no reroll.
You got him. Okay, so where do you want to put him to? There or there?
I'll move him back and right.
Okay.
I'm gonna open a hole in the center.
And
He'll follow
roll for injury. You're adding +1 to whatever the result is.
for a mighty blow.
Yep. Okay, so you didn't need to use mighty blow, so you get to add mighty blow to the injury instead. So on the below where it says injury, you should see. Oh, you've already rolled it. Okay, so 70 is stunned.
What a boon. Can't wait for you to pick this ball up, throw it. Guy picks it up, then you throw the halfling in the end zone and picks it up.
You can't throw twice, but you can hand off and throw, so. That's you, I think.
That is me indeed.
Okay, so I will declare 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will declare a handoff with Cedric Patchwood. He attempts to pick up the ball. He does. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Handoff. And that fails. So the ball goes to 2, which is behind him. And that's my turn. The tree rolls over. I still got you, or are you thinking?
Yeah, sorry. I'll start my turn, but
All right.
I am thinking of the best way for me to get this ball, especially on a bull centaur.
I think you moved your turn token one too many times because I was moving first this half.
Oh,
So yeah.
that makes sense. 1. Okay. I will. Move Blaze here.
Yep.
And I'll move Malibu here on a blitz to Rook Grub.
No worries. So you will be strength 3 4-5 for the assist, -1 for so you'd be strength 4, so it'd be still 2 dice, taking the best.
I will take the
Yep. Okay, he has to be there or there.
I'm pushing him directly back.
Okay. Following up or staying?
I am staying.
All right. Roll your injury. Okay, that injures him. So roll the injury now. He's badly hurt. He's out for the rest of the game.
I'd rather he be out for the rest of the season. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, so you're
Get me on top of the ball.
picking up on a 5+, 4+ agility, -1 for being marked by a player.
Okay. Sounds great.
You got it.
Oh, can I score? Probably not. That tree man's about to walk up and ruin my world, but you know, I need those running stats
Alright.
before Home Office decides that I, in fact, need to be enslaved.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to activate the other treatment to try and stand him up. So first off, he needs to attempt to stand up on a 4+. No, he stays on the ground. Alright, I am going to declare a blitz with the other treeman. Does he take root? He does not, so 1, 2. He has to go for it to blitz. Which he does. Got me down, so I'm going to push you to there. Does he break your armor? He does not. And the ball will go to 4, which is diagonally away. Alright. I'm going to declare a handoff with Theo Greenside. He attempts to pick up the ball. 1. 3+. No, deviates from him. So the ball goes to 3, goes directly behind him. So, and that ends my turn. So you've still got 2 turns. I'm trying to see because
Yeah, it's possible. I just have to be both lucky and good.
well, I wouldn't try and do it with the bull center though because he's only got 4+ agility. What might be worthwhile is blitzing that half thing out of the way and bring
blitzing Theo and having the hobgoblin come over and grab it.
Yeah.
Is my plan, and then
Using the other one for interference. Using Malibu for interference.
yeah, I mean, you know, what's the odds that this all goes exactly according to plan? Quite low. How am I doing against Theo? Because I gotta.
It'll still be 2 dice because you're 4 against 2 becomes 3 with the assist, so it's still 2 dice. Take the best. Okay. You've got to push him to one of these squares. If you push him onto the ball will deviate again. You are still blitzing, which means after you push him, you can still keep moving if you want to.
That is a good point. I will push him here.
Okay.
Keep him as far back as possible.
So you've moved 4 so far. But if you try,
What do I need in order to dodge him to pick up the ball?
he would be because he's dodging into a threatened space. It'd be a 5+, and then a 5+ to pick up the ball. Whereas if the hobgoblin came down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the hobgoblin would be picking up on a 4+.
I will take that instead. I will end Tower's turn and go for it.
Alright. So 4+ pickup. No. Okay, so the ball instead goes to 4, which is directly back to there. All right.
Victory rapidly leaving my grasp.
All
By
right.
victory, I mean a draw, which is the best I can achieve.
I'll try and stand up my down treeman. He gets up at least. That's his movement done. The other treeman will attempt to activate. So roll for... okay, he can move, so he's going to move to there. Going to move this halfling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then Theo is going to try and dodge to pick up the ball. So he's dodging on a 4+, which he fails. He's got the dodge skill, which he fails, so he goes down. You can roll armor against him.
Best news I had all week.
That will get through his armor. So roll injury. He is stunned, but he also the ball deviates out from where he was.
Deviate to the hobgoblin.
It goes to this space here. So, and this is your 6th turn.
What is the viability of dodging away from the tree man?
So what I would do is I would blitz with the hobgoblin, because he'll still be 2 dice against the halfling, and he can keep moving after he blitzes. So he knocks the halfling away. Even if the halfling is not knocked down, just don't follow up, and then you can try and run in. So it'll be a 3+ touchdown.
I agree with you that that's possible, but
Yeah.
I've also seen these rolls. I will attempt your strategy because so far your strategies have been working. Is this 2 dice you say?
It's 2 dice, yeah, because strength 3 versus strength 2. Sorry.
I will declare blitz with blaze. Blaze blitzing.
Okay, so that's fine. Just push him back to here or here. Don't follow. Don't follow. Don't follow.
Oh yeah, you're right. Don't fall because I'm
Yep.
gonna run out. I
Yep.
will push him here.
Yep.
Further back as always.
That's 1, 2, 3. Pick up the ball on a 3+.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. No.
No. Okay, that's
All
unfortunate.
my hopes and dreams. We hear the whistle go.
Yep, the ball goes to 5, which is directly next to him, but that is the...
All I'm saying is I got it really far with 3 players.
Yeah, he did very well there. So that is the end of the game at a 1-0 win for the Halflings. Wow. I don't...
3 games will also be losses against experienced players, so I guess I'll have to pick it up in the second half of the season.
Yeah, that was just like you lost some key players there, and then not getting any people recovered back was not great for you.
My initial strategy did not work well. I didn't realize how easy it was for the halflings to just dodge out of blocks, so I really should have just taken the treemen out as best I could.
So when you get a chance, this is where the Chaos Dwarves themselves are good, because they have the tackle skill, which cancels dodge. So the re-roll basically, which
somehow I don't think I'm making enough money from this match to buy any blocker games.
Okay, so let's work out the post game sequence then. Okay, so what we do is we start off by totaling up the combined fans together, which is a total of 5. And I think the number of touchdowns is equally divided by both the teams as well. I'll just double check that. I don't think I get the money specifically for my touchdown. I think we both get money for touchdowns. So this. I'm still relatively fresh to the Blood Bowl 2020 rules. So, okay, how many touchdowns were scored by each team, and how many casualties were caused? Okay, no. So divide it by 2, then add your touchdowns. Okay, so you will get 25,000, except because of your poor corporate roll, you'll get $15,000. I will get 25 plus 10,000 for touchdowns, so I'll get 35,000. Okay, next up, we need to work out any change dedicated fans. So you cannot go below 1, so there's no point in you rolling. I roll a dice, and if I roll a 2 or higher, the halflings get 1 more dedicated fan. They do, so they got dedicated fans too. Alright. Then, player advancement. So, you may either choose a player to get a random primary skill. So a primary skill is a skill for which it's one of their categories. Or you may have a random player get a random secondary skill. So secondary skills are ones they don't have access to normally.
I will go for tower.
Tower?
Primary.
For primary skill. Okay. So, roll a d6 first off. Oh, sorry. Tower is eligible for... so what skills... I need to quickly look at... have you got your BB roster open?
I do.
Does it say what skills they're eligible?
It says what skills he has.
Okay. Quick look at Chaos Dwarves. Sorry about this, folks. Here to go because they're in the team, the League of Legends. So Blood Bowl, Teams of Legends.
How to edit skills on this?
On BB roster.
Yeah.
So I think that there's the icon that next to their position should be player advancement. Yeah, which I haven't used yet. I haven't experimented with it. But
so it does give me a number of things here, but I don't know if I have access to all.
Okay, so Chaos Dwarf teams, Bull Saddle Blitzers have general and strength. So would you like a general skill or a strength skill?
I think I'd like I mean, having block would be real damage.
Which is a general skill.
Yeah, or strip ball or sure hands, so I will take general.
Okay, so roll a d6 for which chart it's on. Okay, so it's on the top chart. Roll a d6 to see which skill. 6. It is kick. That kick is actually a really useful skill in sevens. So kick means that when you deviate the ball off a kickoff, you can halve the distance it travels. So you can kick the ball right into the backfield, knowing it's not going to deviate off the pitch, basically. So all that has to happen for him to use that skill is he cannot be on the line of scrimmage at the start when he's kicking off. He needs to be at least one square back. Okay. So, yeah, all right. Okay.
That's not the worst.
I am going to pick for Treeman number 8, Needle Leaf Wildwood, to have a random general skill. So he's going to go lower table. He's also getting kick. So we've got a kicking Treeman. 1 second, sorry.
There was so much kicking in this particular game, everybody.
Sorry about that. Okay, so that's skills done. All right, so we both need to test. We both need to roll a d6 to see whether a newly skilled player, because they've got skills, gets recruited to the Blood Bowl proper, like to a full sail team. Okay, my Treeman does not.
And I'm doing it with single d6.
Single d6.
Can't wait to lose this
No,
guy.
okay, no, he doesn't leave. So they both stay in for this.
James, they all leave me in the end. Over half my team is in the fucking box.
Okay. So next thing normally would be hiring, firing, buying stuff. If I don't, because the halflings now have over 100,000 in their kitty, so if they don't spend some of that money, they're going to have to roll for expensive mistakes, i.e., the players screw around and find out, and we lose money for it. So I will just employ one extra halfling to take up the funds so that I'm staying below 100,000 cash in the bank. So I imagine, because you've only got your winnings for this, don't you? Because you were fully spent before, so there's nothing you can buy for 15,000.
Correct.
And that is it. That is game 1. Thoughts?
This was brutal. It was absolutely devastating to be a part of. I appreciate your inviting me, and I think we all know I went into this playing a overly dramatic, Hamish bad guy, and I expect to get Triple H for the rest of the season. I am going to get destroyed, and I'm going to do it in character by being loud, abrasive, and arrogant.
What was it at least easy to follow the system?
With you helping me along, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. If I had to open the book myself, probably not. I'm having trouble accessing it on anything but my iPhone.
Okay.
So if you open it on Adobe PDF, the images don't load, and if you open it in Sumatra, there's also problems. But interestingly, if I load it on Google Drive with my iPhone, the EPUB 3 file will work perfectly on that. But
Okay.
I don't want to like flick through my iPhone to read a rule book. I want to look at it on. Anyway, I don't know the rules, but I have somebody here to help guide me and occasionally feed me strategies when I'm thinking of blitzing with my my Bull Centaur 3 times in a row.
Yeah, Bull Centaurs, their biggest issue is their agility. They're fast, but their poor agility makes them, unless they can get the ball guaranteed. They're.
I mean, that's my strategy: is to get the Bull Centaur the ball and then run it to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Time worked. So.
Yeah, you want your opponent to get a touchback that causes that to happen. So because you can just get the ball to the player without make any rolls. So there you go, game one. Thank you very much, AP. So for anybody that might have found my channel that doesn't know who you are, I don't know what videos they might have been watching where I don't talk about you, but could you please tell the audience who you are so that they know?
Oh, hey, friends. You've probably never heard of me. YouTube.com/APGamingReal. That's right. Actual plays for almost a full decade. Sometimes 3, upwards of 7 a week. Covering a huge number, over 70 different tabletop RPG systems, many of which are also then modded into interesting things. This series is a legacy series based off of my own Battletech Solaris Knights, which had something like 200 one-on-one duel episodes and several special matches. So if you're interested in tabletop war games with an RPG element set in a sports-themed universe, and you want to extend out the Battletech, consider looking up Battletech Solaris Knights, and that's Knights with an N, not with a K. Although with the K, you still have an N. It's the Knights without the K. There we go, James. I got it.
Yep.
I brought it in for the landing at the end.
Look, I got to say for everyone as well that Arthur really introduced to me the concept of this mixed roleplay and tabletop board game or miniature war game concept. So he did it first with Battletech, A Time of Total Warfare, which is what got me into his channel in the first place. But he's done it as well with Warhammer, and he's inspired me to try this out with Blood Bowl too. So
we're excited to play this.
Yeah, thank you for being a part of it too. I know you were sort of like I'll do it if no one else wants to do it, but I appreciate you being a part of this because as well as just playing this, you're able to help me out with a lot of the technical sides of making this work.
You've asked for no help from me so far. Make sure the audience understands that he's managed to do all this on his own. Don't believe his lies.
It's not true. I asked you for help with Powered by the Apocalypse. I asked you to send me your notes from Solaris Knights so I could use it as inspiration. All right, we'll be back in the future with more games. Arthur will be back, I hope, in the future to play more games.
You need a bad guy to lose, get pummeled over and over again by the good guys. So
that's it.
I'll be your Skeletor.
That's it. You are the bad guy. Duh. All right. Have a good one. Thanks for joining, Arthur. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time.